Hello everyone. Ow, I hit myself in the face. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you hear that noise, just kind of ignore it. It's the fan. It's kind of hot in here, so turn on the fan. The fan makes a little bit of noise. But hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby, and today we're going to be talking about the books that I want to read in the month of July. So I have 8 books here that I want to read, like physical books, but then I also, in addition to that, have 3 arcs that I want to read. I'm going to talk about the arcs at the very end, but I'm going to start with these. I will also be participating in Summerween. I just haven't figured out my TBR yet. I need to make a journal spread in my reading journal, and then I will figure it out from there. But yeah, so I'm going to show you the 8 books, like physical books that I own, that I'm going to read, and then I will show you the 3 arcs that I am going to need to read before the end of the month. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get started. I am not going to give you big synopses about these books, mostly because a lot of the times I don't know what they're about, but I will do my hardest to try and convince you to potentially read them. So we're going to start off with the 2 contemporaries that I have on this list. I am tempted to do another contemporary. Oh wait, actually I am going to do another contemporary. So I have actually 3 contemporaries on this list. You would have seen me pull it off, but the first book is Summer Days and Summer Nights, 12 Love Stories, edited by Stephanie Perkins, by all of these glorious authors. This is more going to be July/August TBR, because I just want to read these throughout the summer, and that could really just mean, you know, flipping to one of the stories, or, you know, going to one of the stories, you know, every week and just reading one or something like that. So we shall see, but they're all love stories set during the summer, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I want to read more anthologies, so that's really why this is on this list. But yeah, next contemporary that I want to read this month, and this can be changed out for a different contemporary novel, but we shall see. But that is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. This will be my first Christina Lauren book, and I'm really excited to read it. This is one of the ones that really stood out to me. I've seen fan art of Josh and Hazel, and I have been wanting to read this for a little while. I believe they are either childhood best friends or they've known each other for a really long time, and they've always said that they're never going to date because it would just complicate things, and then they end up falling in love. And like I said, the fan art for this has been super cute, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this and actually dive into Christina Lauren, because I just have a feeling that I'm going to really like Christina Lauren. I just haven't done it yet, just because, you know, contemporary isn't really my thing, but I do want to get into romance novels. So yes, I am super excited to read this, and hopefully I will actually read it in the month of July. The next book, again, is also a contemporary, and that is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. I've been wanting to read this because it is a positive plus size character in as the main character falling in love, and I love that idea and that representation. As a plus size girl myself, I really do like seeing plus size girls falling in love. So yes, this I have an arc for All the Feels, which is Olivia Dade's next novel, which is also a plus size love story. So I wanted to read this, even though they're not connected, like the characters aren't even the same. I did want to read this before I read that, just because, you know, it'd be good to read the first book before I delve into the next book of hers. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one, because I think it's going to be really cute and right up my alley. Okay, so the next 3, actually the rest of the books, are all fantasies. Big shocker there. The first book, fantasy book that I want to read this month, is Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Ever since I read From Blood and Ash, I've been wanting to read more JLA books, and this is now a completed trilogy, so I figured I could just knock them all out. And yeah, so I got the first 2. The other one is up there. I don't think I'm going to read both of them in the month of July, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how... I have read the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, so I do know her material as a young adult material, as opposed to the new adult of From Blood and Ash. but I haven't read it in a while, and I was rereading it and I really liked it, but I wanted to read something else from her because I'd already read the Lux series, so I'm super excited to read Storm and Fury and then Rage and Ruin. But yeah, basically I believe this is okay, so apparently 18-year-old Trini Morrow can communicate with ghosts and spirits. Interesting. So also, I believe that this is sort of attached to the White Hot Kiss series, but it's not the same, like that it's in the same world. But yeah, so I'm super excited for this. Can't wait. Then I have Divine Blood by Beck Michaels. This has been on my TBR for so many months, and I just need to read it. The sequel is coming out, and either has come out or it's coming out in the next couple of months. But yeah, this is, I've said it before, but it's like an adventure novel, and the biggest sell for me was that the love interest had wings, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, that's all I needed to know. So yeah, I am super excited to read this and see what I think about it. He's also a celestial prince, like, what's not to love? So yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Hopefully I will get to it in July, because I've said hopefully I will get to it to X month every single time that I've put it on my TBR. So yeah. Next I have Oathtaker by Audrey Gray. This is the first book in the A Kingdom of Ruins series, and I don't really know what this is about, honestly. I think it's about a prince and then she's his bodyguard, but really what drew me into this was on, I think it was Instagram and Facebook, I have seen a picture of this girl with pink hair and a guy with white hair, and I think either horns or some sort of magical thing to him. And I've always said, I want to know your story. Like, what is it? Like, just the fan art just made me want to read the story. So like I said, I don't really know what it's about. I know it's a fantasy. The girl's got purple hair, and I know that the pages have these really pretty flowers, like the roses on the chapter headings. And yeah, I'm also interested because I really want to get more into indie authors, and this is an indie author. I believe so is Divine Blood. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. Okay, so then the next book is a new release that came out in June, and that is Curse of the Spectre Queen by Jenny Elder Moak. This is one of my most anticipated releases, mostly because the tagline is Indiana Jones gets a refresh with this female-driven mystery adventure set in the 1920s, full of ciphers, ancient relics, and heart-stopping action, the first in a brand new series. I didn't really need to know anymore, but yeah, I'm super excited for this. It is shorter than I was expecting, but that actually could probably be a good thing, just because I have so many books on my TBR that having a shorter book will probably help me in the long run. I also start school next week. Yeah, I start school, like summer school. Not summer school, but like I have summer college classes next week, and one of my classes is apparently super labor intensive, and my professor told us this a couple weeks ago, like a week or two ago, and I've been worried ever since, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So we'll see how that goes, but a shorter book may actually be a good thing. Alright, second to last book that I want to read in July is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. This is not an old book, but I've seen it around, I had seen it around a while ago, and it's basically about, it follows two different queens. There's a Sun Queen and a Blood Queen, I believe, and they are in two different timelines. So like one is, I think, 500 years before, and then the other one is 500 years after that one. Like there's like a big difference, time difference between the two of them. So yeah, I'm interested to read this. I'm interested to see like what the hype is about, because I've heard people like absolutely love it, so we shall see. And the last physical book that I want to read in the month of July is There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. It follows a group of characters, and I believe So it says, for generations, the 7 prophets used their visions of the future to end wars and unite nations until the day 100 years ago when they disappeared. All they left behind was one final secret prophecy foretelling an age of darkness and the birth of a new prophet who could be the world's salvation, or the cause of its destruction. With chaos on the horizon, 5 lives are set on a collision course. A prince exiled from his kingdom, a ruthless killer known as the Pale Hand, a once faithful leader torn between his duty and his heart, a reckless gambler with the power to find anything or anyone, and a dying girl on the verge of giving up. One of them or all of them could break the world. Would they be savior or destroyer? That just sounds really, really good and really amazing. So yeah, I got this when it first came out, and I just still have not read it, and honestly it's really disappointing. The sequel, I believe, also already came out, so yeah, I don't know. But this sounds amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. The next books that I have are the 3 arcs that I need to read in the month of July because they all come out in August, and the first one is meant to be If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. This is a Cinderella retelling. Disney is coming out with these new adult retellings of the Disney like fairy tales. So the first one they've started with is meant to be If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, and it is about a plus-sized Cinderella going into her stepmothers have like a game show or something, and kind of like The Bachelor, I believe, and something happens to a girl and she ends up being volunteered to go in the girl's place, and as much as they like the people just kind of thought it was going to be like, oh, she'll be in and she'll be out in the next week, like it doesn't matter, people actually really, really liked her and her like fat positive image. So that's that. I'm really excited to read that one. Then I need to read Windfall by Shauna Barnett. This is a pirate story, assassin story. That's really kind of all I know. I mean, I read the description, but I still am not entirely sure what it's about, but it just sounds really badass and really, really good. So I have that one. And then the last one I have is Battle Royal by, I think it's supposed to be said by Battle Royale, but I believe it's Battle Royal by Lucy Parker, because basically it is about I think it's a monarch or somebody who's getting married, and they are of royalty, and the main character and the main love interest are both pastry chefs, and they're competing for who will be the one who supplies the food to the wedding. So that sounds really cute, really awesome. So yeah, those are the 3 books that I shall be reading, or the 3 arcs that I will be reading in July. So yep, those are all of the books that I want to read in the month of July. Granted, I still need to do my TBR for Summerween, but I will be doing a vlog for Summerween, so I'll just tell you what the books are at the beginning of that vlog. And yeah, so I will hopefully see you in my next video. If you liked this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my beautiful face. And if you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And without further ado, wherever you are, whatever time it is, I hope you are well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!